The Surgeon of Saint-Laurent, a 19th-century nightmare. Saint-Laurent, 1843. The city's cobblestone streets echoed with the clatter of horse-drawn carriages, but by night a different sound lingered in the shadows. Whispers, screams, and the faint metallic scent of blood. Dr. Émile Moreau was a respected surgeon, renowned for his skill with amputations and experimental procedures. But behind closed doors a darkness festered. Patients would arrive with minor injuries and vanish for days. When they re-emerged, something had changed. Their eyes, once bright, now held a hollow, haunted stare. I first heard of him from a friend's uncle, a young apprentice who had narrowly escaped working under Moreau. "He isn't a man," the apprentice whispered, trembling.
He sees the human body as clay.
"And sometimes he forgets the soul exists." Curiosity and a foolish sense of bravery drew me to his clinic one damp evening. The gas lamps flickered, casting elongated shadows across the narrow hallways. A faint groaning echoed from the operating room, and as I peeked through a crack in the door, I froze. There on the table was a patient, or what remained of one. Moreau moved with precision, almost elegance, slicing and rearranging tissue with tools that glinted ominously in the dim light. But his eyes, they were cold, detached, and filled with an obsession that made my blood run cold. I stumbled back, knocking over a tray of instruments. The clatter made him look up. For a second, his expression shifted. Not surprise, not anger, but curiosity. He beckoned me closer with a skeletal hand. I ran. The apprentice later told me that those who saw him in that moment were often never heard from again. Rumors spread throughout Saint-Laurent. People whispered about screams in the night, strange shadows in the windows, and patients who were never seen leaving the clinic alive. Some claimed the walls of his surgery rooms were lined with preserved cadavers, each dissected and arranged in horrifying positions. But the true horror began after the city council decided to investigate. They sent a team of inspectors to the clinic, only to find the building abandoned, dust thick on every surface, and a journal, a leather-bound diary full of Moreau's meticulous records. In it, he described his greatest work, an attempt to create a perfect human by stitching together parts of multiple bodies. The last entry was chilling. "Soon they will all understand. Life is beneath the hand that molds it. Flesh is my canvas. The city is unready, but they will see." Years later, a body was discovered in the river. Twisted, mismatched limbs, skin pale and gray, and eyes wide with silent terror. Locals swore it was one of Moreau's failed experiments. Some nights, long after his clinic had disappeared entirely, passers-by on the quiet streets of Saint-Laurent swore they heard scratching behind locked doors and faint whispers calling their names. Even now, historians debate whether Émile Moreau truly existed or if he was a cautionary tale born from fear of medical experimentation. But some families still report that certain descendants of 19th-century Saint-Laurent claim their ancestors vanished after visits to the Surgeon des house. The shadows remain, the whispers linger, and the city never forgets that there are people, and then there are those who treat humanity as clay. Like and subscribe to Yahweh Stories 44 for more haunted history and terrifying stories that linger long after the war has ended.